Hello everyone, it's me, Grandma. Yeah, I'm from Grandma's Crochet Corner, and it's 12:30 at night. I could sleep because there's a lot on my mind. So, as you all know, I'm 65 years old, and besides being overweight and dealing with some high blood pressure issues, I'm pretty much healthy. My husband, however, has had a stroke. He's got aphasia, and he's dealing with issues. So 2 years ago, I weighed at almost 400 pounds, and I was not mobile. I had a hard time walking from my room to the kitchen. Well, I've gotten so that I can walk a little bit better and a little bit further. I still have issues. And seriously, I have been worried that if I was to pass away before my husband, who would take care of him? Because he has a lot of issues. He can make like small talk, but he can't. If he got lost, he wouldn't have the ability to find his way back home, type of thing. He's got some issues, memory loss, some memory loss. It's all due to the stroke, and he's like gonna be 60 this year, and he had a stroke a couple of years ago. So we had to totally change our lives around and move away. So when we moved here, I went to the doctor, and here I mean in Ohio. I went to the doctors, and they gave me all kinds of options, but because of my insurance, none of them were good options, to lose weight. I can go have the surgery, but they're talking about I'd have to come up with $8,000 up front. Just a lot of things. Tried all kinds of things. They wanted to give me the shot to lose weight, but insurance wouldn't pay for that, and it was like $1,500 a month for that. There's no way I can come up with that either. So over the course, all of my life, I've tried every diet under the sun, whether it was Weight Watchers or, low-fat diet, fat-free diet, keto diets, and nothing really, nothing that I could stay on. Nothing. It just didn't last long. Once I would always go back to eating normal, and I'd put all the weight back on. But it got to the point where, COVID, I gained probably during that whole C time period, I gained about 100 pounds. So, and I retired during that time. So I was even more stationary after I retired from my job or took my pension. So I did lose some weight over the course of the 2 years. I tried keto and moving it closer to carnivore. So I am seriously considering going 100% carnivore. And, I have questions about it. Can I make it happen? There's some foods that I see that have like one carb, no carbs, or like meats like hot dogs, for example. I know they're not the best, but when you're on a budget and you're on Social Security and disability, you're on a budget, you buy what you can. I can't afford to be buying ribeye steaks. That's just not even possible. It's not possible to even buy all beef. As a matter of fact, my Hamburg is ground pork in Hamburg because it's cheaper to mix the pork meat, the ground pork, with the ground burger. You can pick it up for, $1 cheaper a pound than the Hamburg. Hamburg used to be so cheap. It isn't anymore. So I have to do what I can. Eggs have gotten cheaper now. I was afraid to go on the carnivore diet, like 6 months ago, because everything was so expensive. It still is expensive, but at least when you're on a carnivore diet or thinking about the carnivore diet, you certainly don't want to be paying, $6, $7 a dozen for eggs. So now that's cheaper. So can I sustain myself till I lose at least a good... I'd be happy if I lost like 120 pounds. Right now I'm at 326. I just weighed myself like 5 minutes ago. It's probably not a good idea where I ate a couple hours ago, and I've been drinking water and coffee to be weighing myself on a somewhat full belly. But 326, I'm ashamed of that, because last year at this time in July, I was 280. So I've gained almost 50 pounds in a year. So I'm like, nope, I gotta go back. I gotta take this serious. And last year I was doing keto. I was bouncing back and forth between keto and carnivore, or maybe it was keto carnivore mix, kinda. Every now and again I might have a lettuce salad with some eggs and chicken, so it was like light on the keto, more carnivore, but I lost, 100 pounds. But it was ketovore, I guess they would call it. I'm not sure what the right word is. So I am really serious about being able to be more mobile, because when I go grocery shopping, I can't walk around the store. I have to take the cart. And I'm not a skinny person. I'm telling you, I got a big stomach. It's hard for me going up and down stairs. It's hard for me to even make it outside and walk down my driveway type of thing. I was so big, I used to have to use a walker to get around. I'm not that big anymore. But even though I'm better, I'm not on the walker anymore, I am still, not healthy weight-wise at all. I'm pre-diabetic, so when I do have carbs, my sugar does rise more than it should. So I need to stop doing the sugar. I tell myself, you're allergic to sugar, so stop. Or you're allergic to carbs, so stop. I am allergic to chocolate. I can't eat chocolate. I'll get real sick. And I stay away from chocolate. No problem. So the question is, can you really be on a carnivore diet, eating hot dogs, chicken, some fish, pork, the meats that aren't so expensive? I really love beef. I just can't, I can't tell myself it's okay to buy it because it's so expensive. I can't do that. So, and would it be okay for my husband to be on the carnivore diet? He eats so much sugar. It's like crazy what he does for sugar. So he won't be on it full time, I'm sure, because he'll still have his snacky cakes. And I probably wouldn't be able to pry that out of his mouth. But me, what can I do? So I have a lot of questions. I'm worried that it's going to cost too much. I don't buy margarine. I've always bought butter, so that I've always made happen anyways. I've been using like keto breads. I'm assuming that'll all have to go, even though it says it's only got one, net carb, but it's full of fiber. That's why you don't count those fiber carbs. So that's got to go, yes. So I want to start eating clean, but I need to know. So I need help, I've looked everything up, and I still have questions. You know, I don't know. But I'm trying right now to lose weight. So I thought if I added this to my crochet, even if it's just one day a week, and just up front how much I lost, you know, what I've eaten that week, or, you know, or that day. I don't want to bore everyone with what I ate, because it'd probably be pretty much the same, but I'll give you an idea of what I've been eating. So one day a week at least, because I don't want to devote my whole channel to carnivore, because I do like my crochet corner, my crocheting too. Is it possible to do, you know, carnivore and crochet, you know, a duo channel? So I have a lot of questions. I used to watch Bill Knott up in Alaska. He's on the keto diet, and I stopped watching him because I stopped losing weight. I stopped being serious, and I watched him the other day, and I must admit, I cried. He's such a beautiful, beautiful person. You know, such a loving person. And he's doing so good on the carnivore diet. And, you know, his journey has been beautiful. You know, what if I didn't go back on a regular diet this past year? You know, I could be almost to my goal weight. I don't want to die a fat person. A chubby person, okay, I can die as but all my life, I've always wanted, you know, I've always told myself, one day you're going to be skinny. One day. You know, that was like my life goal, because I was chubby when I was a kid. My mom took me to Weight Watchers. She watched what I ate. She locked up food. I mean, it was horrible. It's been a horrible life of trying to lose weight. Yeah. Can you imagine a young child of about 12 being taken to Weight Watchers once a week to be weighed in, and then having a disappointment because you didn't lose anything? And so I've always, you know, had a problem. Instead of gotten skinnier, I got bigger. And finally, my mother just got disgusted and stopped taking me. Well, if you're not going to do the program, I'm not taking you to pay for it every week. Sorry. So it's been a lifetime journey to lose weight. And I was thinking that perhaps if I did this journey with you all and signed in once a week, maybe it'll help me through my journey, being more honest with myself. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. I just seriously want to go on the carnivore diet. This week when I went shopping, I did stockpile on some bacon. I stockpiled on eggs. I did get some chicken that was on sale. I wait for food to go on sale and then I stockpile. I did buy some more butter. So, do I just eat, do I just eat bacon, eggs forever? You know, can I have the chicken? Can I have some fish? Do I have to have beef? Because it's so expensive. I can buy it when it's on sale, but it's so expensive. You know, I just wanted to cry when I saw that ribeye. 2 of them was $41, and they were small. 2 small ribeyes, $41, and that was on sale. On sale! Ah, you know, and then it's so easy not to diet when you've got, well, you can buy a whole 1 pound box of pasta, spaghetti, elbow macaroni, or whatever, for $1. And you can't eat a whole box of pasta. You know, put some butter on it, some sprinkled cheese, and you got yourself a quick old cheap meal. Now, you can't do that on a carnivore diet. What can you get besides hot dogs? You know, what can you get that, I don't know. I'm just torn. I know I can't go on the carnivore diet and have a nice filling meal for under $1. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to have to take that bite and just do it. And then I go through feeling guilty because I'm spending more money on the carnivore food. Boy, try saying that fast. So that's my dilemma. I'll do it and try not to deal with the guilt. Let it just pass by me, even though I know it won't. But, you know, my husband will eat the food too, because he does like his meat. He likes all of his other stuff too. He's not much for vegetables though. His shortcomings is he likes having his cookies and cakes and donuts, and so let me know what you guys all think. Do I do it? Do I jump into it? Because I really want to start preparing. I think tomorrow I'm going to start preparing. I'm going to boil some eggs, make some hard-boiled eggs. You know, maybe make up some meals ahead of time, so I'm not tempted to. I don't feel like cooking, so I think I'll just grab a sandwich, which has been my problem as of late. You know, so I've got to have the food prepared and ready, and I want to do this. I'm just nervous because you've got so much online that says it'll cause, you know, a blockage to your heart. And then I see, no, carnivore doesn't do that to your heart. It's fine. It'll make you stronger, healthier. And then, you know, you go down the YouTube page and you find, no, people die from a heart attack on the carnivore diet. And I'm like, oh, God, which way do I go? I know, I'm jumping back and forth all over my brain is just going back and forth, and that's why I can't sleep. Do it, don't do it, do it. So it's like the angel and the devil in my head going back and forth, arguing. But I want to do it. I want to do it. And I hope that the crocheting community doesn't mind if I mix with the carnivore, because I do need a, what's that word I want? Support, if I can get it, from the carnivore, I want to say carnivore family, or that community, as well as support from, you know, from the craft that I love doing. I hope it doesn't distract people. But as long as I put out there, whether it's carnivore or just yarning, crocheting, I'm hoping, you know, my subscribers are good with that. Right? That's my thought. I'm hoping. And from if anyone out there are carnivores, if you can let me know how you got started, how you stayed strong, you know, because I want it to be more strict, but can you be more strict on a low budget? And I guess that's what I'm going to find out. Maybe I'm even going to be the guinea pig, because every time, you know, I look up carnivore, you know, I watched a girl, I can't remember her channel. Her dad's a carnivore too. Homestead something. I don't know. I can't remember. But she was doing, cooking up some bacon in a air fryer. She was frying up some hamburger, and then she whipped up some eggs and then mixed it all up, put it in the pan and put it in the oven. And she said it was very, very delicious. But she used hamburger. Can that same recipe, is it okay instead of doing hamburger to do like chicken, ground chicken? You know? Does it have to be beef? Yeah. But she's, you know, everyone's using like the best farm-raised eggs and the best farm-raised beef, and I'm like, I don't have the luxury of having that. So I'll be messing around a little bit with my diet, so hopefully I can sustain or continue on with that and my crocheting. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm still doing this blanket. I'm gonna add one more. I'm gonna add one more of this. It's Karen Big Cake, and I love it. I love this. It is so hard to get. I bought 2 of these, and I started making this blanket. I used it up. I went to Michael's, and they had one more. So I got the one they had, and then I tried ordering some more, and it was out of stock. Even in their warehouse, out of stock. Everything was out of stock. I finally seen it after about 3 months of waiting for this. It was in the warehouse. So I went ahead and bought 2. I am done. Once this is gone, because I got this mess right here, this rat's nest. Once this is gone, that's it. My blanket's done. It's getting pretty big. With 5 of those big cakes on this, it should be big enough. But yeah, this is one of the Yarn Addicts. What's this called? Timber Trails. There's a tutorial on his channel, Juan the Yarn Addict. It is just such a beautiful, beautiful blanket. I absolutely love it. So you can get this from there. Look at the stitches. It is just so, so beautiful. I just absolutely love this. It's a 6-row repeat. So you ought to check that out. And on that note, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. My daughter just got home, and I want to talk to her for a moment. And please be kind to one another. Love on your pet. And if you don't have a pet, consider getting a rescue pet. They'll be so grateful. I've got 2 living in this house, and they are great. And on that note, bye-bye.